Hello, today I'm going to show you a fun and easy way that you can bind anything, whether it's papers from school, business documents, artwork, poetry, basically anything, or even make your own journal without having to worry about sharp implements. There is a second video that's going to be coming out next, and that's going to involve a few sharper implements, but if you don't want to play with those, or if you have a child that's too young to play with those, this is a great way to get started. So all you need is some paper, and I decided to do this vertically and put the 3 holes on the side. As you can see, they don't have to be perfect, but they just have to be close. If you want to, you can put the 3 holes this way, making a book horizontally, or you can fold the paper in half and make a book with twice as many pages and put the holes over here. Basically, it's going to be any way that you would like it to be. For what we're going to do today, I'm going to use the 3 holes here and a piece of ribbon yarn. I have taken one that is 3 times as long as the paper that I'm working with, and then I folded it in half. So the first thing you're going to do is take the 2 ends and put them through one of the holes on the end. One on the top and one on the bottom. So we're going to start by putting this end through the bottom, and it just takes a little bit of practice and patience. Okay, so I have one end through the bottom, and then I'm going to take the other end, holding the one out of the way. I'm going to take the other end and put it down through the same hole. Again, it takes a little bit of practice. Since it's a ladder yarn, I'm also going to fold it in half and see if I can get that through a little bit easier. Once you've got one little leg, then you can find it on the back and pull it through. Then, now that I have both ends, one through the top, one through the bottom, I'm going to pull on those ends so that the yarn is fairly even, at least as best I can, and around the bottom. You can turn it to straighten it out or just leave it the way that it goes. So now I have the bottom set up. If I wanted to, and I had a lot more patience, I can then take each end and put it around the edges, take the one from the bottom and put it through the top, and the one from the top and put it up through the bottom to make a side edge. I'm not going to do that today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the next hole. I'm going to take the ribbon that's coming out of the bottom and then push it up through the second hole. You can even turn it over, it doesn't matter too much. And then I'm going to push that through the second hole. Oops, make sure I've got all of the pages stacked up. Okay, once I have one string that I can reach, no, maybe not. Things are going to shift a little bit, so you've got to be a little patient. Okay, so let's try that again. Take that, put it through the hole, and there we go. Pull it up, and then I'm just going to tighten that since I've got the bottom already around the bottom. Okay, so that's the one from the bottom has come up through the top, and then the one that's on the top I am going to put again through the same hole, so that it comes out through the bottom. And again, I'm going to pull that until it's fairly tight. So now I have 2 parts done. And again, if you want to give it a fancy edge, what you can do is take the yarn that's coming out the bottom, put it through the hole on the top, and take the yarn that's coming out the top and put it through the bottom. I will do that on the other end just to demonstrate it for you. So at the very last hole, we've got the yarn that's on the top, and it's going to go down to the bottom. You can do this in either order that you want. This is just how I like to do it. Okay, so then once I see a little bit of yarn, I can pull it. There we go. And then you take the yarn that's on the, whoops, there we go. The yarn that's on the bottom, and you're gonna put it through the same hole, that top hole. And then poke it up through. So now it's fairly secure. I'm going to show you how to do the edging this one time. So we're going to take the yarn that's coming out of the bottom, turn the piece over so that the yarn is around the edge. And then we're going to take the piece that's coming out of the bottom and put it through the same hole down through the top. And then take the piece that's coming out of the top already. Remember to tighten things down a little bit so you don't get really strange edges. There we go. Okay, so take the piece that's coming out of the top already, put it through the hole on the bottom, going up, and you can see there's quite a bit of yarn through this hole now, but it gives you a slightly tidier edge. To finish this off, since this is our easy one, I'm going to take the two ends and tie it in a bow on top. If you want to, you can tie a knot or any kind of finishing that you would like. I think that a nice bow gives it an interesting look. You don't have to stick with ribbon yarn. You can use any kind of yarn, any kind of thread, or ribbon, anything that you would like. And I'm going to take the two loops of the bow and give it one more tie just to make it secure. And then you can trim it or leave it loose. And that's a very simple binding technique. I would love to see your results if you want to post them on the Prendergast Library Facebook page. And if you would like to learn more types of binding, I'm going to show you an easy form of stab binding. It's called Japanese stab binding next. So I'll see you soon.